come. But after that, I'd like to thank, of course, Rosalind and Leah for inviting me to this event. So let's see, my name is Douglas Chow, and I am the grandson of Chow Lee, Chow Lee of the cave that you see by the front of the museum. And my father, he's one of three brothers, he's 99 years old now, and he's happily living together with my mother in Victoria. So I'll have to update him on what happened here. So, talking about Cumberland, just because I'm wearing a t-shirt doesn't mean I'm a Cumberlander, if that's the proper term. But actually, I do want to talk about family, like the Cumberland family. I've never lived here, but I brought my parents back here to go to the old site where the old village is. But actually, even though I wasn't brought up here, but there's an annual Cumberland picnic in Vancouver. And more recently, being on the advisory committee for this ACETA to exhibit, actually it does make me feel like more of a Cumberlander. So maybe I am, okay to wear this shirt. It's just not for show. So working together with Leah, the curator at the museum, I thought it was like working with Indiana Jones, actually. She doesn't have the floppy hat, she doesn't have the bullwhip. But really working with Leah, actually, she dug up so much information on my own family history. And she sort of brought the history of Cumberland and my family like alive. It's just not, a museum curator. So I actually have to really thank Leah for doing this. She made me, I'm a big city Vancouver person, just more aware of my family connection to Cumberland. My father, William Chow, he was born in Cumberland, but one of the pieces of paper in the exhibit there, he was actually issued a Chinese immigration certificate from Union Bay. And the interesting thing about the Chinese immigration certificate, of which there are many, many different types, all these different numbers, is that it says at the very bottom in very fine print, for those that don't need to wear eyeglasses, it actually says it does not establish legal status in Canada. So that's so strange. You're born in Canada, but you don't have legal status. And as Grace Wong said, actually, if you go to Vancouver, you will see a lot more of these immigration certificates and the stories behind the people there. So, I'm lucky. I live in Vancouver, so I'll definitely be there. So, I don't know, this whole thing working on this, it's just sort of made history really alive for me. After my dad, just because of advanced age, after he stopped going to the Cumberland picnic in Vancouver, I just decided I'll take his place. And for what reason? Because really me, I was the kid, and I see all these old people there, and then I don't know anybody. And then I just thought, yeah, I'll take the place of my dad, because I'm not Luke's father, but I am my father's son. So really, that's the main reason why I decided to go. And then gradually, I got to know more people. People shared their food. They asked how I'm related. And gradually, actually, I'm finally, getting to know people, know all the relationships. Like the Young's Grocery, that actually means something to me now. The Lowell family, it means something to me now. But I guess I'm getting to know more and more people and relationships, just as old age is affecting my brain. And every time I meet someone, I have to sort of say, now who are you? How are you related? So every year I sort of ask the same question. How are we related? So, anyways, going to the Cumberland picnic sort of made me become part of the Cumberland family. And really being on the advisory committee for this exhibit, I actually call it, they couldn't find any other volunteers, so they just didn't set advisory committee just to make us feel good, but it really means that you're old and you couldn't find any other volunteers. But really, working on this committee, it actually really opened me up to the wonderful work the museum is doing preserving Cumberland's history, as well as, I learned a lot more about my family's history and even my relatives' histories. So it's true. Now I talk to some of my relatives because I sort of had to research my relatives' history as well in order to fulfill this, committee and all those descriptions on the panels. So it's true. Some of my relatives say to me now, you know more about my family history than I do. And just like I think that Leah knows more about my family history than I do. But also, I really learned a lot from working with Leah and Rosalind. So, like, I'd just like to say, happy 125th birthday, Cumberland. Hope you all continue to support the museum, keeping the Cumberland family alive. And like I say, the museum, you display all this stuff on the wall, you've got all this writing to read, but really, to me, it's sort of, the main thing is it brings history like alive. And for me, actually, in my case, it actually brought, like my grandfather, like Chow, it actually brought, to me, it sort of brought him like alive. It's just not, pictures on the wall, it just brought it alive. So like I say, I really enjoyed, working on this and I'll continue sort of, just being part of this Cumberland family. Okay, thank you.